Okay, recap. The other one, season 2, episode 3. So it opens with Cathy at her mom's house, and her mom is recapping her trip and basically saying that we need to work to get this pension situation together because basically she's running out of money. So it's the first day of school day for Cat, and so of course Cathy decides she's doing this with her, so they end up going to class, and that's when you meet Iman, which was their teacher, who's he's a little weird. But you can clearly see that Cat has a crush on the teacher.
Oh, my bad. Cathy.
So, Cathy's now at work. We finally see the person who actually got the promotion that she wanted. And because she obviously didn't know about this because she was walking by while they were celebrating him and toasting champagne. And she's like eating soup out of a cup, like kind of looking in like, okay, so he got the promotion, but she clearly wasn't invited.
To the new director of aggregate excess of loss products. Congratulations on your promotion.
So next thing you know, she's in the bathroom, I think talking to a lawyer, thinking about bringing a gender discrimination lawsuit against the company.
I need some legal advice on a gender discrimination issue.
So Tess comes up to her job. She's talking to the receptionist. Cathy goes out to try to find out why she was there. And she basically wanted to talk about the new job that she got. The new job is working for Marcus.
And it's sort of a wellness centre with a health practitioner.
Are you working for Marcus's surgery?
So, of course, Cathy is pissed. Like, how could you work for him after the way he treated me? And her mom was like, look, I was a housewife for 30 years. I don't have any work experience, but I need to make some money, at least until we get this pension situation together. And so she basically showed her mom the door and was like, all right, she just didn't want to deal with it. Tess is her first day on the job, and she's already late. The patients are lined up. Marcus actually got there before her, but she was supposed to be there to let the patients in, and he's trying to figure out why you're late. She had to stop and get her coffee because she needs her caffeine.
I thought you were getting here at 7:45. Yes. We open at 8.
So Cathy and Cat meet up with Colin so they can pick out a bench that's dedicated to Colin. And while they were there, we get Claire and Pretty Cathy. Now,
well, if it isn't Claire with an eye from Dubai.
If you remember in the first season, the Hindu, I think that was episode 3, where they picked up Claire, who came into town to go to her Hindu. And what she kept referring to Cathy as OC, and of course they asked, why do you keep referring to her as OC? Oh, well, we refer to her as OC, and then we refer to other Cathy as PC, Pretty Cathy.
Oh, this is Catherine, though we actually called her PC at school for Pretty Cathy.
And so now we've finally get to see Pretty Cathy. Pretty Cathy just had a baby, and I know they're just out and about and just happen to run into each other. And so they see Colin, and it's like, oh, asking her if that was her boo. She was like, no, that's my brother. And so Cathy and Claire was like, I didn't know there were 3 of you. She was like, well, yeah. She was like, I'm actually seeing someone named Iman, and we actually have a great, wonderful Valentine's Day plan. And so you can see Cathy's face. She wasn't happy about that at all with her dating the teacher.
At the moment, though, his name is Eamon.
What, Eamon Hammond, our maths teacher?
For some strange reason, as Pretty Cathy and Claire was leaving, she called, just under the breath, she whispered to Pretty Cathy, referring to Cathy, OC as a bitch. Tess is back at work. Tess is supposed to be working, but she's on the phone with the pension office. They have her on hold, and Marilyn is there sitting behind the desk. Patients are upset. They're coming up to get their test results. They can't get any answer because she's, busy, doing personal stuff when she's supposed to be working. Marcus finally comes up and said, what is going on? The patients are calling saying they can't get through.
I've just had a barrage of emails saying no one can get through to reception.
Oh, believe me, I'm as annoyed as you are, Marcus.
And you're supposed to be working, and why is she here? She's not supposed to be here. She's not supposed to be behind the counter. And she basically went back on the phone, went on hold with the pension office. So Angela, while they're doing that, Angela went to the house because she's trying to talk to Peter through the intercom, and he hung up on her. He didn't want to hear anything she had to say. So just as he hung up, the groomers dropped the dog off. So she thought she would get the dog and use the dog, hold the dog hostage to force Peter to eventually talk to her. So Colin and Cat and Cathy got into the car after leaving to look at the bench, and you can see Cat is upset. So Cathy whips out these tubes because she wants to do a DNA test just in case they have other siblings out there. They'll be easy to find each other. And Cat was like, are you going to make Iman take a DNA test?
Spit in the pot. That'd be great.
Are you going to make our maths teacher do a test?
Well,
and so they had some words, and Cat pretty much said, I can't believe that you're dating our teacher. Back at the office now, Angela is there with the dog, with this huge dog behind the counter. Marcus walks up saying he's going to cut out early because he's supposed to be taking Meredith out to celebrate something. And then that's when he notices Angela and the dog. He's like, what is going on here? You're supposed to be working. Why are all these people here? They're not supposed to be back here. Da, da, da. And they basically looked at him like, dude, nobody ain't worried about you. And he basically said that just because you're my ex-mother-in-law doesn't mean I'm going to let you take advantage of me. You're here to work and you're supposed to be working. Da, da, da. And they kind of just looked at him and he was like, okay, like he made his point. He a punk. Okay, so back at school, Cathy has decided that it's best for her to leave because she's dating the teacher and it would be right for her to still be in the class. So Cat is upset and she's like, I can't believe that Cathy ditched me so she could date this dude. She's talking to Diggs now.
Can't believe Cathy don't need to get on with him.
And Iman is kind of low-key bragging about this hot date that he has later on tonight. So he can't be lollygagging and he need them to get through these lessons as quickly as possible.
I got to get out of here at 7:30 tonight for a piping hot date.
So Tess is locking up the office. It's night. It's raining. And she see Marcus sitting in the parking lot like the wet dog that he is. And she's trying to figure out what is going on, why you here. Meredith broke up with him.
Marcus, what are you doing here?
Meredith has chucked me.
Now, instead of leaving him on the wet pavement, she decides to take him home.
We could watch Grand Designs and guess how much money they've lost, like in the old days.
So at Marilyn's house, Angela is taking pictures of this dog so she can send to her husband as as these hostage photos so he can come and get this dog so they can talk. Cathy arrives. She's trying to figure out like why this dog is here. Da, da, da. Marilyn was so excited from all the supplies she stole from Marcus' office that she gave to so she could set up this little desk and this little work table for Cat. So Cat go up to the room and she was kind of excited for a little corner. And she was like, Marilyn was like, well, I'll get you a couple of chairs. And she's like, don't even worry about it. Cathy's not going to be here. It's just going to be me and Diggs. Cathy is dating the teacher now.
Yes, Mom, it's just me and Diggs tonight. Cathy's blown us out to shag the teacher.
Oh.
So Iman and Cathy, they're out. It's a weird date. He's weird. And he was like, well, you know, it's kind of hard getting the last minute reservation on Valentine's Day.
Turns out it's quite hard to get the last minute table on Valentine's night.
And so he ends up asking her if he can kiss her, and she said yes. And he was like, he ended up asking her if he could go home with her, and she said yes, with her desperate self. So they end up going back to the house, and who do they see when they walk in? Tess and Marcus sitting on the couch. So of course she's pissed, like, what is he doing here?
Get them off of your mouth.
Oh, Cathy,
So back in Marilyn's house, he's asking Tess, Cat about her Valentine's, if she had a Valentine. And she basically said, what did I tell you about falling in love with me?
Did you get any Valentine's Day cards this year?
What have I said about falling in love with me?
So around this time, Peter shows up to get the dog. And so it was so funny. He was like, well, where is she? And she was like, oh, she's at a secure location because the dog name is Tina Turner. So the dog comes bopping out.
Where's Tina?
She's at a secure location.
And they talked for a little bit. And so she ended up helping him get the dog in the car. And he basically said, they kind of extended an olive branch saying that, you know, if next time you're passing, would you like to go for a walk with me and Tina Turner? And she, of course, said yes. So while this was happening, Diggs is basically trying to unalive himself. He's trying to go out the window.
Can't anymore. What's the point of living if you don't love me?
So we go back to Iman's house, and we go back to Cathy's house. Iman is doing this weird undressing thing.
doesn't matter.
I guess he ended up going to the bathroom or something. As she was trying to get his clothes together, a ring box fell out. She thought that he was going to propose to her. He said, oh, actually, that's my wedding ring. She finds out that he's married. And that was pretty much the end of that. They finally talked Diggs down. Cathy she decided to go over to the house. And Cathy ends up giving Cat the wedding ring because in his haste to leave, he left his wedding ring there. And so she was like, next time you go to class, can you give him this?
Can you give him back this when you see him in class? I left it at my house.
And so Cathy ends up offering Diggs a ride home. And so they're leaving, and as they're leaving, he's trying to shoot his shot. And that's pretty much how this episode ends.
So, am I right in thinking you're single now?